people think this stuff is crazy, right? And trust me, I wrote this morning about how central bank digital currencies are going to be one of the greatest violations of human rights in history. And people are like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, did you read the piece, right? But I want to walk through a couple of things that are direct examples. This isn't you and I pontificating about this. This isn't like us all putting our tinfoil hats on and like, oh, wouldn't it be crazy if they did? Like, this is real life examples. So first, let's start with the central bank digital currencies. We've got the Bank of England, who's explicitly stated, and Majid brought up kind of this article that said, hey, look, they want to basically say, here's what you can spend money on, here's what you can't. We know China's already pursuing this. We now see that Canada, quite literally, is saying, if you donate money to this cause, right, we're going to come after you. Business owners who were literally just serving coffee to the truckers, right? We've seen that video that's gone viral. And so this is not like a crazy idea. Like, this is happening in real time. The other thing is around this idea of like what you can eat. Because I think when people see, they're like, oh, they'll never get to that point. I saw the video of the New York City mayor saying that he's going to get everyone on like his vegan diet.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. Like, who said vegan diets were the best diet, right? Like, I don't know. It just sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, he's trying to institute like meatless Mondays or something like that. And I mean, that's the thing about all of them. This is something Bitcoiners, myself included, have been covering for some time, is this encroachment. It's like a slow drip towards these systems. And we've seen it over the last 2 years specifically, like 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Okay, let's just get the old people vaccinated. Now, actually, if you're over 40, let's get everybody. But now we need to vaccinate the kids. And it's just like this constant moving of the goalpost. And the thing about it, like, I have threads on Twitter. You can go check them out. Like, these people, people in power. I mean, Augustine Carstens specifically, who's the head of the Bank of International Settlements, the BIS, came out a couple of years ago and described exactly what they want to do at the CBDCs. They want to be able to control where you spend your money, how quickly you spend your money, what you can spend it on, whether or not you can actually spend it, depending on what you've done or said in the past. And that's part of, I guess, the great psyop that's going on right now, is these people who want to usher us into these digital panopticons will say it publicly. There's video, there's receipts. And like you said, people think we're crazy for calling this out, but like, you can literally point to it. They tell you exactly what they want to do.
So I'm just going to read for a second here. I just typed in New York City Mayor Meatless Monday. That was my starting point. Real genius over here. And the first thing that comes up is a Politico article that talks about the mayor, Eric Adams, former New York Police Department captain, traded jelly donuts for kale smoothies when diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 5 years ago. Since then, he reversed vision loss and nerve damage. He shed 35 pounds, and he anointed himself a spokesperson for a plant-based lifestyle. That was written in December of 2021. Okay. What surprised me is the next result. Mayor de Blasio announces citywide meatless Mondays. So not even Mayor Adams. Before he even got there, you got de Blasio, and he said that cutting back on meat a little will improve New Yorkers' health and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So, okay. So then I went and I looked, and what he did back in 2019 was de Blasio introduced meatless Mondays across all New York City public schools. And the idea was the 1,800 public schools will no longer serve meat on Mondays to their 1.1 million students, which started in July of 2019. And then there's an article in the Indy 100 that says New York's first vegan mayor, now talking about Eric Adams, makes history with meat-free Fridays in schools. So we now have 40% of the school week, kids aren't eating meat in school. And this is not, as a parent, somebody making the decision. It's not, hey, I as the student don't want to eat meat. This is the government telling the kids what they're going to eat in a one-size-fits-all dietary mandate, which seems pretty crazy.
Well, it's really crazy. And again, it's compounding and doubling down on the problem that got us here in the first place, which is like top-down control of the food pyramid. Like the food pyramid that they released in the 70s or 80s, whenever they did that, it was telling people to eat like 12 servings of bread a day that have like sugars and like insane amounts of fruit, which in and of itself isn't bad, but like then they demonize meat, like steak. And I eat steak, eggs, and bacon. That's pretty much my diet. And I have diabetes runs in my family, and I don't have it. I have 20/20 vision still. I think when it comes to diet is another area. We've been talking about the government trying to top down control money with CBDCs, but now with diet too, they're trying to granularly control complex systems, the human body being one of them, by saying, hey, here's the pyramid of food you need to eat. And that is arguably what's led to the spike in obesity and diabetes that we've seen in this country in the last 40, 50 years. And the government does not have, I don't know, maybe they do have your best interests at heart, but their advice has never really led to good outcomes.